What's up, class? Okay, so my big thing is using Maslow's hierarchy of needs and how important it is to incorporate it into your classroom, and not only the classroom but the school itself. Whether it's athletic programs, after-school programs, whatever we can do to pull from Abraham Maslow's hierarchy of needs, I feel will really help students feel just part of like the connectivity and just part of the school itself. Just going through everything, kind of like before we can even get students to feel like they can achieve greatness in the classroom, they need to feel safe. Okay, so the hierarchy of needs, as I see here, okay, my wife did the handwriting, so it looks really good compared to what I would have done. But physiological, okay, so that's, safety as far as, you have food, water, and sleep. So like taking care of basically all the, like your body's needs, okay? The next one is safety, okay? So that would be, feeling secure in the classroom, feeling secure on campus, stability at home, all these different things that can kind of play a role in how the student feels. Love and belonging, do they have healthy relationships at home? Do they have healthy relationships at school, with their teachers, peers, in the community? And then esteem, so confidence, recognitions, all of these are kind of building on top of each other. And then you have self-actualization, which is kind of, reaching their full potential, kind of self-belief, realizing what they're capable of, and all these different things that kind of build up into the student. And once these are kind of taken care of and built upon, then the student can really thrive in the classroom. If you're, whether it's athletic programs and things like that. I keep coming back to that because I'm a coach and as well as an educator. So students, why does this matter? Students can't focus on taking care of school if they don't feel safe. Or, I remember at times, when I was younger, my parents split up. My mom was working 2 jobs, and there was times when I had, my third period in high school, as a freshman, I didn't eat anything all for breakfast, or didn't have any, snacks or anything like that. And so my ability to focus was not there. I would get in trouble, joking around too much, detention, all these different things. But one of the big things was I didn't, have that breakfast. And I think that would have helped me like set me up for success. Emotional support, belonging, all these different things are so important. Some examples that are out there that have kind of been aware of Maslow's hierarchy of needs and are pushing through in the education system is these are some examples. So, for physiological, you have free lunch programs, right? So you have free lunch programs, safety, okay, anti-bullying policy. You also have trauma-informed teaching. So teachers that, have taken classes on what this student might be going through, based on where they live, or the dynamics that they have at their house. Maybe when something happened that was pretty violent, or just recently. And how do you teach or coach up a student if you don't really know kind of where they're coming from? Another example with so love and belonging would be inclusive classrooms, right? And like peer mentoring, so people that they can look up to and have that sense of belonging. Esteem, celebrating achievements, personalized feedback, self-actualization, student-led learning, creative projects, getting kids to kind of step out of just rudimentary and just kind of like super structured curriculum, and getting them thinking outside of kind of just the norm, and getting them to kind of really experience and really dive into subjects and be creative with it, and really tie in the learning process with all that. So just, for me, I think I was really fortunate. I gravitate to this because as a coach, I'm always trying to coach the whole person, right? Once these student athletes and players feel like, you care about them more than just the number on their back, the amount of kind of like aha moments and the buy-in they have into your program and your coaching, and the positive impact you could have on their lives, it just goes tenfold. But first, you got to make sure that all these kind of, the checklist of Maslow's hierarchy of needs are taken care of for these students and the people that you're teaching and coaching and all that stuff. So lastly, I'll just finish up real quick. A story about me. I moved around a lot and different things, and I was eventually part of a basketball program at the high school level that impacted my life so much. It's the reason why I wanted to become a coach. And that coach, I think, he checked off all these boxes on Maslow's hierarchy of needs without even realizing that that's what he was doing. And it was way before this became even a thing in education. But I had food, water, safety, so you check that box off. I had security, I was going to class, everything was fine. I had love and belonging because I was part of a team, and everyone was pushing for each other, and there was a lot of positivity and encouragement, which built my confidence because it led to esteem, right? And I had, this just recognition that when I did do good things, and I wanted that feeling again. And then it all led to, self-actualization of me reaching my full potential. And good things happen from there on. And speaking from experience, those tears, those tears really helped me become who I am now. And my goal this is my 22nd year of coaching and teaching and things. And my goal is continue to have that same impact on those that I teach and coach as my coach had on me back when I really, really needed it. And so it comes back to how important this stuff is. And I think it's a holistic support. You get that holistic approach, to you're not just teaching the student, but the whole person, and have an impact on their life. And it leads to, student growth and self-belief. And that's one of the biggest things we can really empower these students with, our students, is to believe in themselves and everything they're capable of. So thank you. And I hope you guys have a great day. And that's it.